Hello, dear ones, it's Hannah. I recently exchanged sessions with another quantum healing practitioner in France named Nathalie, and I had some interesting information come forth about timelines and how, when we're actually manifesting something, we're shifting into different timelines because with each decision or juncture that could happen, different timelines shift off of each other. It's kind of an interesting concept to start to understand and grasp. So I thought I'd share it with you today so that you can see what you think about it.
Does Ascension include the coming together of all our timelines and lifetimes into one? Can you tell us more about it?
Not exactly. So, Ascension is more following the highest vibrational path that you can follow so that you continue to align with um, higher and higher vibrational timelines. There are an infinite number of timelines and possibilities. Timelines is sort of a human term, but essentially at every junction where you could have a decision or one thing happen or another, a different timeline will shift off. So if you can imagine that the way that the universe is formed in fractals, there's just your entire beingness is a fractalized version of yourself with higher and higher and lower timelines continually separating off at each juncture. And as you can imagine, there are millions of junctures in your life. And so Ascension is really aligning through focus, as we've described earlier, with the higher and higher timelines that raise you up into a higher state of awareness, vibration, unconditional love, understanding, benevolence, unity, etc., to where you wish to align with. And as you do, you essentially get further and further from those lower vibrational timelines, and they start to fall away. It's not that they could not be reignited, if you will, if you chose to go down a darker or more challenged path, but they fall away and your ability to access them gets more and more distant. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So as you ascend into higher vibrational timelines, the ones that you feel tend to be higher vibrational as well.
Okay.
So they don't all converge into one. It's just that some fall away because that's really a term we use, but they get so far from your truth that it's almost as though they don't exist. That is something many of you do without realizing. Shifting timelines, it's in part how the Mandela effect works. It is how one will shift their fate, so to speak, using human terms, where one could go from a very downtrodden and challenging life to a much higher state of being, an easier life. You're actually shifting timelines because there is a timeline that stays in that downtrodden and challenged state. So the timeline that you shift into depends on where your focus is. And this is why so many spiritual teachers are telling you to focus on what you do want in life, because this actually helps you shift your timeline into a higher vibrational timeline where that thing exists. There is not, you see it as something different, that one timeline versus another, but there is a fluidity between them. They are different experiences and expressions of existence, but energy flows where your focus goes. So we would suggest focusing more on those things that feel nurturing, wonderful, vibrant, love filled to you, and that will help you live more in that world or timeline, if you will.
So, what did you think? Was it kind of interesting? One of my favorite things about quantum healing sessions is that I get to explore these questions about the universe and how things work, how our lives are set up, what the purpose is. So many different questions have been answered through my own voyages through sessions. So if you have any interest in checking out a Beyond Quantum Healing session for yourself, I'll link my website below. I'd love to guide you through this process. It's so amazing. So please feel free to reach out anytime. All right, take care. Bye.